Well, welcome to the preliminary video for your very gentle liver detox, 4 weeks.
Yep. So we had sent out a video and another email earlier the last couple weeks, just suggesting some gentle things that you could do ahead of time, which would prepare your whole system that there might be a couple changes happening.
Yeah.
And they were drink more water, which I admitted that I was not a good water drinker.
And you said you're already increasing
I
that,
am.
so
And the surprising
good.
thing is that my brain feels a little more on track. And it's
Amazing.
it's really made a difference. And then we talked about reducing
sugar and
Sugar,
carbs so that we're not adding extra things that need to be detoxed, and then adding extra fiber too.
Right.
Because any toxins, even though there's a binder that binds onto the toxins and removes it, adding extra fiber helps with any residuals. So those 3 things are great. And so we're just going to explain a
Well,
little.
I wanted to ask too. So hopefully someone has tried my famous muffin recipe.
Yes.
I hope everyone is enjoying those. I
So
will be sending
yummy.
out some different recipes. It's the same underneath it as the ground chia seeds
And the almond flour.
and almond flour
good.
and monk
Gluten-free.
fruit. So
Nice.
they're just so delicious. But again, this is that time for you to go into your favorite grocery store and walk through the produce and saying, what vegetable can I try?
Oh,
This is
nice.
a great time to introduce and try something maybe a little bit different. It's just that most people don't come near the amount of fiber that you need to have. And everybody says, oh, I poop just fine. That's not what it's about. You should be pooping every day. And
But
so
fiber has a lot of other benefits
exactly.
too. And
So before we start though, we want to make sure that everyone is pooping daily.
yes.
There you go.
Yes, and that's the other thing, because if you are not pooping daily, rather than go to something over the counter, try increasing your magnesium in the evening, slowly, not too much, because your colon is a hollow muscle. So usually that will do it. And there's no real upper limit. It's just what you need. Everyone has slightly different effects. Sometimes people might find with a detox like this, they might have more loose stools or more, which is not usually the case, or maybe a little constipation. We don't want that. We don't want the toxins staying.
Right.
So good point. Thank you for bringing that up.
Without any more chatter, here is the system that we're going to, hopefully everyone has purchased this. If you haven't, this is your time, because we will be reapproaching this again with another group in February. So if you haven't purchased your PushCatch, you can have a longer pre-tox and then start the PushCatch with our next session coming up.
Absolutely. Or even, I suppose, even start a week behind. But you want to have this, getting it on full script. And the reason that it's PushCatch is that it's just 2 products, and you only take them Monday through Friday, take the weekends off. The first product,
one time a day.
one time in the morning, or if your mornings are crazy, then you can do it before lunch. But the first product that grabs the toxins is the liver sauce. And it does have a little bitterness to it, but also some sweetness. The bitterness actually activates the liver and the gallbladder. And then the sweetness is just with some of the herbs. But this is very supportive and getting the toxins out.
And really doesn't taste it isn't like one of those things you're going to get up in the morning and dread taking.
No.
But what I do is I actually get out my measuring teaspoon, so I know that I'm getting the right amount, not the teaspoon that you stir into your coffee or your tea. Your measuring teaspoon, and if you don't have one, you need to get one, and pour in 1 teaspoon on an empty stomach, neutral mouth, which means you haven't brushed your teeth. Put it in your mouth. And what I do is I kind of move it around a little bit, put it under my tongue.
This is important. It's liposomal. So a lot of the absorption is actually in the mucous membranes of the mouth. That's why you hold it in the mouth for, they say 30 to 90 seconds. And, I think a minute's just a nice medium time, and then you go ahead and swallow it. Then you wait 30 minutes. It's going to do its thing, and you can be, showering or, preparing for your breakfast or whatever, and then we're going to bind those toxins.
So these are the Ultra Binder packets, and the reason that we love this so much is that think about what we're doing in the liver, like stirring up a mud puddle. So
Okay.
This one stirs up the mud, and then this is the difference, and this is why this is such a high quality program, is that this is the binder. So this one has like charcoal and all the other different types of binders.
It's got some really interesting
and so it'll go in like sticky tack, and it pulls them out. So that you mix this into water, you drink that down 30 minutes after this one, and then you wait 30 minutes to eat.
And
so pushing it out of the liver, and then we catch it.
Grab it.
Yes.
And yes, so it's got the activated charcoal and the bentonite clay, and it has some aloe in it, so it's very easy on the gut. And then again, you just wait the 30 minutes. Now, one thing that we do want to point out is that they recommend not having any prescription medications
During the time you take
during
this.
the time you're taking this,
Right.
just in that hour.
Time period.
Because, so say you're on a thyroid medication, which you're supposed to take first thing in the morning. If there's no rush in the morning, you could still have that when you wake up. And like, I don't know what, you have to wait 30 minutes, then start your liver sauce. Or you could take that in the middle of the night when you wake up. I checked with a medical doctor. They say that that's fine. Some of the other medications, maybe they can be taken at other times. Now, it doesn't have to be in the morning. Say your morning's crazy. You could do this hour-long program, say before your lunch.
Sure.
You could take this with you to work or have it at home. It does not need to be refrigerated. And take it then, wait your 30 minutes, do your binder, wait your 30 minutes, and then have your lunch.
And there you go. Yeah. And you could do it after lunch. We're suggesting not to push this up towards dinner. But if you have a break in the afternoons, that's also fine. So, okay, everybody understands the PushCatch program.
Right.
Now, of course, we have been touting the fact that do you have to change anything else in your diet? No, your liver is what we're focusing on in a nice, gentle detox. So you shouldn't be getting headaches. You shouldn't be getting nauseous. These are the things that we're trying to avoid.
Yeah. You can still exercise.
Yes.
You can,
all those good things that we normally do. Now, if you really want to make this as a counter, like we're really going to do something, we did talk about the fiber, upping your fiber, which is a huge thing. Reducing your processed sugar. So we're not telling you to give up fruit or anything.
No.
We suggest that your vegetables during this time and your fruit be organic. So it isn't that much, isn't a strain
that's
on
an excellent point, because one of the big things that the liver has to deal with are the pesticides and the herbicides on anything that is not labeled organic.
Right.
So especially during this cleanse, just that little extra is going to make it easier.
It's making a huge difference.
You won't be like adding to the toxic load as you're working on diminishing it.
Right.
Good point.
So, it's almost my mantra. If you really we're going to go all the way, no wheat, no gluten, no corn, and that includes Tito's vodka. That's another whole episode. No cow dairy. You can have all the goat and sheep, anything you want. The processed sugars again, and soy. So that's bumping this up to another level. We're not saying you have to go there, especially during this first one, but this is a nice, gentle program that you can do more than once.
Yes.
That's what's really nice about it. So we're trying to really make this approachable for all of our patients and clients. So if you have any questions, you can shoot us an email, and we will get back to you.
And again, this is a place where there are no silly or stupid questions, because if it came up in your mind, something that we happen to have missed or the booklet does not cover, then we can find out. we can get that information, go to the company, and it's probably something that other people might be wondering as well. And we will be doing this with you, so that we'll all be in this together, and it'll be great, those of you who are joining us, to share your experiences and any tips that you have along the way.
Yep.
That would be awesome.
And we did mention with a link to the Queen of Thrones, which is the castor oil pack. You can do that. You can do it every day if you want.
You could.
I also suggested that you put on some essential oils while you're doing it. Grapefruit is the bomb for anything to do with the liver. And here we go.
I know.
So, if you have, and just reach out to us, and you have your binder, we have our liver sauce, and we're ready to go. So let's go.
All right, I'm ready to detox.